that's the main screen of home screen. A view where a user will land first when starting up the device. What it's composed of is basically the wallpaper support on the background, customizable wallpaper, and the quick launch part that will open up a launcher. We'll show that a little bit later, as well as the switcher functionality to switch between running applications. Pretty much the basic stuff that you would anticipate in a desktop implementation. The launcher looks like that, and access through the quick launch bar, as Mikko showed there on the device. So what we have here is it collects all the applications that you have installed on the device, and what it also supports is installation and update progress of applications. So we'll go through the free desktop org standard in a second, but what we've done in the launcher is an extension to the free desktop org standard. We have an extension to the free desktop org standard that allows us to visualize the progress of installation, updation of applications directly on the launcher. We hope that there is process ongoing to standardize the extension to the free desktop org. We hope that there will be a standard for that, and we have. If you're interested in how this free desktop org extension works in particular, I got names that you can contact with to ask more details. The important thing to notice here is that the installation and update feedback that is shown on the launcher and that is supported by the free desktop org extension is not something that home screen is providing as an API. Home screen just happens to be the first implementation that supports the particular extension. The way to work with the launcher is as I already said, it's the free desktop org standard. So it follows the standard. It's an interface to multitasking of the device, multitasking features or functionality. It's just a horizontally panning view of the running applications. All of the thumbnails you see on the switcher are live, so whatever you do on the applications, that reflects immediately on the switcher. The switcher itself supports two views at the moment, so there's a possibility to customize the switcher if you so please through the theme customization CSS files to show something called an overview. So if you take the bulk MeeGo image from releases, you'll get the detail view, but you can get the overview out of it by just modifying the CSS files. So how the switcher works and what it does is that it monitors the X window properties and determines by that, for instance, which windows to show and which not. There's just a list of window types that basically are needed when the switcher is shown or not shown on the switcher. As an application developer, you don't need to care about these parameters such that MeeGo Dutch framework or the application frameworks that are there pretty much handle the window properties and setting correct properties for correct sort of or certain sort of application windows. So what you can do is that you can appoint a certain window to be a child or transient window to another window, which will then be combined in the switcher on top of the window that it's transient for. This works like through over processes and so forth. So you can determine that a window on a different process or different application is transient for a window in a different process. An example of this could, for instance, be that you're selecting an attachment for composing an email client and attaching a file on the email. You might want to use, for instance, a search client that is a different process or different application to select an attachment to attach to your file. Now the search client can open the window and make it transient to the email client window that you had, which will result in a situation where the user sees on the switcher only the search window of the attachment selection.